Blessings, everyone. Janet here. I wanted to hop on tonight. It's late here in Arizona and share just a little kind of vignette or view into my life because I had a very intense day today. And I wanted to share it not because my experience is unique, but because it's not. And I know there's a lot of people that are having some intense experiences right now. So I wanted to share it because if you are in complete joy and had the best day of your life, fantastic. I'm so happy for you. And if you're having one of those days where you just don't know if you can do it with one more breath, I wanted to offer my experience as a way to encourage you and to support you and to know that you have more and deeper resources available to you than you know. Ooh, to feel that. Wow. So just kind of drop into yourself and take a breath on that. So I feel fairly grounded and kind of happy right now, but considering the day I had, I'm grateful, right? Because today was one of those days where the intensity of the sensations was off the charts. And what I'm experiencing is today seemed to be a very compact day of a lot of physical releasing of old injury. And I'm talking broken bones. When I was small, probably, I don't know, less than 10, I was riding with my brother on a Stingray on the handlebars. We were going down a very steep hill. I got my foot caught in the spokes and the bike flipped. And I've been kind of unwinding and healing some of the things that happened and got locked into my body since then. And today was the day, the next level of that healing wanted to happen. And then there's another experience I had that I got hit in the face with a softball and I broke this orbital bone, and my nose was here on the other side of my face. It was a pretty serious injury. So between those two experiences, my physical body was releasing those sensations. Excruciating, excruciating. And I'm so grateful for the knowingness I have and the connection I have to the all that is, and that foundational Janetness, that one that knows I am God, was there enough to support me? And we all have this. We all have our version of our God essence that we are, and we have always been, and we cannot not be, right? It's unchangeable. It's just that we're not always aware of it. We don't always have access to that. And what I know for myself is when these situations happen, where there's pain that's coming up, there is enough of that foundational essence of God, essence, source, whatever you want to call it, universal intelligence, unconditional love available for me to walk through that situation. Sometimes gracefully, sometimes not gracefully. And then I got kind of a get out of jail free card, or just a real gift that a friend had called in the midst of one of these waves of this process, so that I got to share out loud the depth of my faith, the ability that I can have and do have to celebrate these incredible processes I go through, because what I was feeling in my meditation this morning is that I am ready to upgrade to another level. Now, I know we're all feeling this. We are in a really, quick evolutionary process. And in order for me to upgrade, my physical body needed to release some of this old patterning. And there was emotional stuff in there too. It wasn't just all physical, but Yeah, there it was, a mixed bag of things as it often is. Anything that's holding an electromagnetic charge that is locked into my physical body, that space is needed for me to be more of who I am. I want to have more of my multidimensional skill sets, abilities on board. And so these are the situations that I go through that make room and allow that to happen. So that was my process today. So I had a phone call and I got to like verbalize that, and be of support to another, right? So that's one of the things that is helpful. And I journaled and I did some very deep meditation, deep breathing to really facilitate the release process. And you can use a mantra, you can listen to music, whatever helps you personally. You can even release through music, right? Dance. I had some anger, some fury come up, about situations that in the past that really weren't okay, that I really was, things were done that were harmful to me, that as a child I had no control over. And again, those electromagnetic charges were ready to be released, and I was able to be present to them and let them go. To be transformed. Ooh. So for yourself, when you go through those days that are challenging to you, I just want to offer and my support, my encouragement. I do serve as a church cheerleader here. I know you've got the ability to walk through these experiences. I know that there's an infinite level of support available specifically for you. And then that your higher levels, your divine essence is right here always, supporting you, loving you, and encouraging you, even when there are sensations coming up where you can't directly necessarily feel that as easily as you can when those sensations aren't there. We are getting to have more of a multidimensional experience where you can have that foundational you supporting you and feel these sensations at the same time, where you know that's there, right? Unwavering. Whew. We are really coming into a place where people cannot knock us off our center, our inner authority. We're really being encouraged and supported to know what we know, regardless of what anybody or anything out there is doing, saying, right? Our godliness, our divine essence is so vital to all of creation that when I go through these super intense times, that support is really amped up and it's there, asking for it, receiving it, allowing the patterns to shift. That's another thing that is really, I can't tell you how many hundreds of times a day I'll just get a different view on a pattern. Sometimes when I'm in a disappointment cycle, I was like, oh my goodness, that's the pattern. That's how I felt in my childhood most of the time. That's what's looping. That's what I can release now through unconditional love, through the power of all that is, through grace. So whether it's sadness, disappointment, physical pain, emotional pain, it's amazing to me how many of these unconscious patterns now are coming up to the surface to be resolved, alchemized. That's mana, That's life force energy that we can use in a different form. And my unwavering belief is that that unconditional love, that soulful part of me, is really directing this whole process and kind of bringing it up to the surface through love so that I can experience more of my true essence. Feel what's true for you around that. This is my experience. Does it fit yours? How do you support yourself? What beliefs are getting in your way of your light? What patterns? What loops? What are you avoiding? Is there anything? Are you allowing yourself the joy of life, giving yourself permission to live? I mean, to really live, not based on another person's expectations or ideas, but that you-ness. Are you allowing that? Are you supporting that? Are you focusing on that? We are a universe of unconditional love. We are meant to create and we are meant to have joy. And as we're kind of doing cleanup here, anything that's really getting in the way of our true essence, right? We get to clean that up so we just get more of that creational power. And our superpowers, I will say, right? Oh my goodness. So much love to each of you. And if you are in one of those challenging places, big hug. And remember, you can't not be the source that you are. That's who you are. Your divine authority is always intact, even if you're looping in another pattern. Underneath there, foundationally, is you, the real you, right? So use your tools, get support, whatever that means for you, and be in compassion for yourself, for other people that are struggling, right? We're going through a very fascinating time, and I am so optimistic about what we are all cleaning up so that we can have such a better world here. The power over dynamics are dissolving. All right. So, blessings. Thank you for listening. So much love. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being willing to show up for yourself and to do your personal work, which improves your life and the lives of everyone around you and all of creation. So thank you for that.